hello everyone, and good morning to those of you joining us from the UK, and good afternoon to everyone joining us from Indonesia. First and foremost, I would like to welcome everyone to this momentous occasion, which marks the inauguration of the Universitas Indonesia in joining the UK-Indonesia Consortium for Interdisciplinary Science, UK-ICIS. So just to briefly introduce myself to everyone before we begin the more highly anticipated items of the agenda, I'm Rebecca King. I'm a recent graduate of the University of Nottingham in chemical engineering, and I'm progressing on to the University of Cambridge this year, and I'll be MC for this event. So I've worked alongside Dr. Bagus Morjadi, coordinator of the UK-ICIS for the last 2 years, and having started as part of the University of Nottingham's Indonesian Doctoral Training Partnership, it has been a pleasure to be involved in the creation and fledgling year of the UK-ICIS, whose capability to deliver innovative and pioneering research and expertise in such a far-reaching and extensive manner is a beacon of excellence for both countries. And so on this note, I'd like to offer my warmest welcome to His Excellency Dr. Desra Percaya, Indonesian Ambassador to the UK and Ireland and IMO, for joining us today, a greatly appreciated gesture by the Indonesian Embassy, as well as our other highly esteemed guests and ceremony participants, namely the UK-ICIS members' representatives, representatives of Bank Indonesia Institute, members of the Indonesian Rector Forum, and naturally, those whom are academics from the UK and Indonesia. Our celebratory meeting today will be centered around the symbolic signing of the MOU, and this has been eagerly awaited with Professor Ari Kuncoro, President of Universitas Indonesia, joining us today. This introduction of the Universitas Indonesia joining our collaborative forum marks another highly ranked and regarded university to participate in our partnership, joining the likes of IPB University, Universitas Gadjah Mada, and ITB from Indonesia, together with the UK-based members, the University of Nottingham, the University of Warwick, and Coventry University. Through our alliance, the UK-ICIS can continue to bring our communities together, solving common challenges using innovative research, such as that in fields as pandemic resilience, natural hazards, and the climate emergency, which have featured in recent UK-ICIS collaborative events, such as sustainable transportation for a low carbon and resilient future event, and the MOU signing for the commitment to global health security. Furthermore, with UK-ICIS pushing forwards the frontiers of scientific diplomacy, we can act as an agent for change. And it's clear that we can aid solve global challenges, such as the climate emergency, in ways such as addressing the COP26 conference in Glasgow, UK in the coming weeks and months. But anyways, enough of the intro, and with no further ado, I am delighted to welcome the Universitas Indonesia to this inclusive and dynamic consortium. And I know that I, along with many others, are eagerly awaiting the next impactful collaborations that are to come from this further strengthening and empowerment of our bilateral relationship between the UK and Indonesia. Now, so if I could kindly ask everybody to mute themselves unless they are speaking, and I'm honoured to welcome His Excellency Desra Percaya, Indonesian Ambassador to the UK and Ireland and IMO, for his welcome remarks. Good afternoon, Pak Desra, over to you.
Terima kasih, thank you very much, Rebecca. Yang saya hormati Profesor Ari Kuncoro, President of Universitas Indonesia, distinguished leaders of UK-ICIS founding member universities, Professor Ari Satria, President of IPB University, Professor Christine Enyu, President of University of Warwick, Professor Robert Mokaya, Pro-Vice Chancellor of University of Nottingham, Professor Panut Mulyono, President of Universitas Gadjah Mada, Professor Reni Wirahadikusuma, President of Institute Teknologi Bandung, Professor Richard Dashwood, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Coventry University, esteemed panelists Dr. Ari Arfiansyah, Dr. Cindy Priadi, my dear colleagues, my dear friends from UK-ICIS, Mas Bagus, Mas Benny, Mas Irwanda, Mas Berry, Mas Rino, and Bli Andi, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning from London. Thank you for joining us today to welcome Universitas Indonesia as the new member of UK-ICIS. With Universitas Indonesia joining as the newest member, it is indeed a testament that UK-ICIS is an open, inclusive, and dynamic consortium. And I do believe there will be more members joining in the future. With Universitas Indonesia on board, UKICIS will be in a better position to deliver more impactful research activities, create stronger academic bonds between Indonesia and UK, and shape Indonesia's future that is more resilient against climate change, pandemic, and natural disaster, to mention a few. Today, we will also have a discussion on strengthening mutually beneficial research collaborations between the UK and Indonesia with panelists Dr. Ari Arviansa and Dr. Cindy Priadi to share the research collaboration experiences in areas of combating illegal fishing and developing sustainable food supply chain, respectively. Colleagues, let me reiterate that UKICIS, one of the notable success stories of Indonesia-UK partnership in recent years. In just a little over a year since its inception, UKICIS had served as an effective catalyst in strengthening Indonesia's national research priorities, including in the areas of electric vehicles, global health security, soft power diplomacy, and most importantly, promoting the role of women in science. Furthermore, UKICIS has also facilitated research funding from its UK member universities, Nottingham, Coventry, and Warwick, including the UK Research and Innovation. UKICIS is currently on track for a research grant in strengthening Indonesia national research priorities in the areas of renewable energy, sustainable transportation, engineering, health, and humanities through Indonesia Endowment Fund for Education, or LPDP, and National Research and Innovation Agency, BRIN. These successes reflect the solid commitment by UKICIS founding members, Coventry University, Institut Teknologi Bandung, IPB University, Universitas Gadjah Mada, University of Nottingham, and University of Warwick, as well as the unwavering commitment from both governments of Indonesia and UK to deepen partnership in research, innovation, and higher education. Let me again express our sincere appreciation to the relentless effort by the steering committee and UKICIS Secretariat in making UKICIS a success, Dr. Bagus Mulyadi, Professor Beni Cahyono, Dr. Made Andi Arsana, Dr. Berry Juliandi, Dr. Rino Mukti, and soon to be joined by Dr. Dede Juhana, as well as Amita Sudakar, Tamana Enus, Anna Bakar, and Rebecca King as our MC today. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you very much, Rebecca.
Thank you very much, Padesra. Those were some really poignant words, and it's truly wonderful to have such strong support from yourself in furthering the endeavours of UKICIS. And what a fitting lead into the symbolic event itself too. So I would now like to introduce Professor Ari Kunchulu, President of Universitas Indonesia, for his remarks and the MOU signing.
Wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Selamat sore dan salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Yang terhormat Bapak Desra Percaya, the Indonesian Ambassador to the UK, Ireland, and the IMO. Yang terhormat Bapak Profesor Arif Satya, Rektor IPB University. Yang terhormat Bapak Profesor Panut Mulyono, Rektor Universitas Gadjah Mada. Yang terhormat Ibu Profesor Reni Wirahadikusuma, Rektor Institut Teknologi Bandung. The Honorable Professor Christine Enyu, Provost of the University of Warwick. The Honorable Professor Robert Mokaya, Pro-Vice Chancellor for Global Engagement, University of Nottingham. The Honorable Professor Richard Dashwood, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Research, Coventry University. Honorable guest, Professor, invited speaker, ladies and gentlemen. Warmest greeting from Depok, Indonesia. On behalf of Universitas Indonesia, it is my great honor to be here with all of you today to witness the MOU signing ceremony for the inclusion of Universitas Indonesia as the new member of the UK-Indonesia Consortium for Interdisciplinary Science. We are happy to be part of such great initiative which was initiated and established not only as the platform to strengthen research and academic partnership between Indonesia and the UK, but also as a collective effort to tackling the world's biggest problems, such as in energy, climate change, poverty, inequality, and health, especially on how to build global resilience against the recent COVID-19 pandemic. It was designed to emphasize in cross and multidisciplinary approaches to promote mutual partnership between UK-ICIS members. I'm confident that Universitas Indonesia will be able to contribute and working together with all of the consortium members in addressing various emerging challenges and pivot toward better future for our generation. Ladies and gentlemen, Universitas Indonesia believes that today is an era of collaboration and not competition. Therefore, enhancing both national and international academic and research collaboration has been one of our top priorities. This enables UI to widen its role as one of Indonesia's top and prestigious university toward achieving world-class university. We strongly believe that both academic and research collaboration can significantly enhance the quality and the quantity of academic and research output among its academicians and researchers, and enable them to be exposed to the current global trend. I am happy to say that UI and many universities in the UK, especially University of Warwick, University of Nottingham, and Coventry University, have a long-standing history of relationship in working collaboratively toward better development in both academic and research. Based on our database from Skyfall, more than 50% of our scholarly output and scientific publication during the last 5 years were coming out from the collaboration between our researchers and the UK University. Last year alone, we have a total of 120 scientific articles, where most of them are Q1 journals, were produced from the research collaboration between UI and UK. Collaboration among UI researchers and UK University have also secured many prominent national and international research projects, such as Newton Fund and Global Challenge Research Fund, where the scientific publication, research innovation, policy brief, and other forms of scholarly output from this project have been published and proved to be beneficial for the society. Domestically, US has always been working together with our PTNBH partner in various areas, especially with IPB, UGM, and ITB. We have various activities together in both academic and research. For instance, the Merdeka Belajar, Kampus Merdeka program from the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research, and Technology not only enable our students to take classes from other universities, but also serve as a platform to further strengthen the mutual academic collaboration among us. In research, alongside with other 12 PTNBH universities in Indonesia, we have also established a program called Program Penelitian Kolaborasi Indonesia, PPKI, where each university member equally contribute to provide matching funds for collaborative research projects carried out by researchers within the 12 PTNBH universities. And I'm proud to say that this program has been very successful in producing high-quality research output for the last 2 years. Therefore, I strongly believe that the inclusion of Universitas Indonesia to UKICIS would be the additional avenue for us to further strengthen our relationship, not only with university in the UK, but also with our partner in Indonesia. UI is committed to fully support and facilitate our team to work together with all UKICIS members in finding both internal and external funding to support for their collaboration. Finally, I would also like to thank all of the people who are working tirelessly to make this event possible, and I'm confident that this program will be a successful one. UI is looking forward to work collaboratively with other UKICIS members to achieve our common goals. Terima kasih. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So now we are going to move on to the speeches dedicated to this inaugural occasion from our UKICIS members, lead representatives. So to start with, I'm delighted to introduce Professor Arif Satria, President of IPB University, for his words. Thank you very much.
Terima kasih. Selamat sore. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of IPB University, I'd like to extend a great appreciation and warm greetings to the esteemed Indonesian Ambassador to the UK, Ireland, and IMO, His Excellency Bapak Desra Percaya, all UKICIS representatives, Professor Christine Inyu, Professor Reni Wirahadikusuma, Professor Richard Dashwood, Professor Dame Jessica Corner, and Professor Panut Mulyono, and Prof. And all distinguished participants. It is an absolute honor for me to address the remarks on the occasion of this signing ceremony to welcome University of Indonesia as new member of UK-Indonesia Consortium for Interdisciplinary Sciences, or UKICIS, and research collaboration seminar between Universitas Indonesia with UKICIS. I also would like to congratulate again on the one-year establishment of research partnership between two countries through the UKICIS. The consortium is so special since Indonesian diaspora academics in the UK play a significant role during the establishment, and we agree through their role to build global resilience against pandemics. Moving forward, UKICIS as an inclusive organization have to open its door to new membership and continue to draw on contribution from other UK and Indonesian universities. We believe that to achieve real impacts on the lives of the most vulnerable, we must not work alone. Within our first year, we have contributed to the strengthening of UK-Indonesia bilateral relationship, helped with the provision of new policies, and facilitated transfer of knowledge, all despite the restriction on mobility and international travels. This is what UKICIS is all about. It is about how two countries share their knowledge and together tackle humanity's greatest challenge through scientific collaboration. The consortium meets also the Indonesian Minister of Education, Culture, Research and Technology's latest policy, in which fostering closer cooperation on education and research to tackle obstacles created by the pandemic. Therefore, I welcome the UKICIS to address and identify very relevant challenges in pandemic and to increase both countries' resilience to face it. Without further ado, on behalf of IB University, I look forward and hope for the event success today. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Pat Arif. That was really wonderful about two countries sharing knowledge for common objectives, and particularly with the pandemic and the collaboration and the impacts that the UKICIS can have. So I would next like to introduce Professor Panut Mulyono, President of Universitas Gadjah Mada, for his words. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Rebecca. Very good morning for our colleagues in the UK. Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon all of us. His Excellency, Ambassador of Indonesia for the UK, Ireland, and OMI, Dr. Desra Percaya, the Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor for Global Engagement of the University of Nottingham, Professor Robert Mokaya, Vice Chancellor of Warwick University, Professor Chris Enyu, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research of Coventry University, Professor Richard Dashwood, Rector of IPB, Professor Reni Wirahadikusuma, Rector of IPB University, Professor Arif Satria, Rector of Universitas Indonesia, Professor Ari Kunchoro, rectors and president of university in Indonesia and in the UK, UKICIS steering committee, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to have remark or speech in this prestigious event. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate UKICIS for the first productive year. I'm glad that we managed to maintain the strong relationship among members of this consortium. I have observed that a lot has been done in such a short period of time, and we are looking forward to having more in the coming future. Allow me to appreciate the hard work of the steering committee members, Dr. Bagus Mulyati, Professor Benny Cahyono, Dr. Irwanda Lowry, Dr. Perry Juliadi, Dr. Rino Mukti, and Dr. Andi Arsana. We understand that maintaining a consortium in the time of global pandemic is not easy, but you have proven that this consortium is not only surviving, but also progressing. Certainly, this is also due to enduring support from each member institution, government of both countries, and the Embassy of Indonesia in London. We thank you for this. In today's meeting, we are welcoming our newest member of UKICIS, Universitas Indonesia. I would like to personally welcome Prof. Ari Kunchoro for joining us at UKICIS. Selamat datang, Pak Rektor Prof. Ari Kunchoro. When we establish, thank you so much. When we established UKICIS, we clearly stated that this consortium is an open one, and we encourage participation from different parties. On one hand, we acknowledge the need to strengthen our own expertise. On the other hand, we also believe that no problem can be solved solely by a single discipline. Collaboration is not a choice, it is a must. Now, with Indonesia, with Universitas Indonesia, joining us at UKICIS, we believe our collaboration and friendship become stronger. We look forward to working together so that our dream and imagination about mutual collaboration is not merely a dream. We will make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a long way to navigate. Let us work hand in hand and realize one by one our dream and ambition in strengthening collaboration between Indonesia and the United Kingdom. Thank you very much. Stay safe and healthy. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pak Panut. It's amazing to have the wholehearted support of Universitas Gadjah Mada. So thank you for your words, and particularly those addressing the challenges faced by UKICIS during this fledgling year that it's had during a pandemic, yet it has really overcome those barriers and thrived, which is being shown now with our induction of the Universitas Indonesia. So next, I would like to introduce Professor Reni Ruhadikasuma, President of ITB, for her words.
Okay, thank you very much, Rebecca. Please let us share slide shares to guide you so that you won't be bored with my presentation. Okay, so hello everyone. Yang terhormat Pak Dubes, Pak Desra Percaya, Prof. Arif Satria, Prof. Panut, Prof. Ari, Prof. Robert Mokaya from University of Nottingham, Professor Christine Enu from Warwick, Professor Richard Dashwood from Coventry, Pak Bagus Mulyadi, tentu saja our coordinator of UKICIS, my dear fellows UKICIS, ada Pak Beni, Mas Irwanda, Mas Rino, dan lain-lain, and also staff Kedubes RI di London, and other distinguished guests. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Warmest greetings from Bandung. It's almost 5 p.m. now, but I'm still happy to meet you all because this is a very, very great opportunity for networking and then building long-standing friendship. So it has been 1 year. It has been 1 year. So time really flies. It has been 1 year since our first meeting. I'm sure all parties have been working on joint projects, getting to know each other better, and designing, arranging for bigger, wider plans among the members. So everybody has been busy. So with today's meeting opportunity, it is my pleasure to report ITB's activities. In spite of everybody know this, yeah, we are in Indonesia especially are still very, very struggling, yeah, due to this pandemic even today. But happily, I learned that my colleagues have been productively working. We have conducted several activities for the past month, which include organizing focus group discussions, ongoing research collaboration, and leads to joint publications, attending international conferences, initiating another joint program, etc., etc. So everyone is very busy. Internally, we have routinely organized for focus group discussions in order to attract more people, potential collaborators, for strengthening our research topics and groups. So we've done that. So and it has been very effective in widening our network. I'm also pleased to tell you that our researchers have developed good collaboration with Coventry University, University of Nottingham, and Warwick, resulting in several joint publications in reputable journals. So we wish that this collaboration will continue in the years to come. So I guess the chemistry among these researchers, led by Pak Bagus, Mas Irwanda, Pak Beni. So the chemistry is very, very great, yeah, among this group. So I think they find each other. For example, Professor Beni Cahyono from Coventry, an active member of UKICIS. Thank you very much for sharing your invaluable insights in a conference organized by our School of Business and Management a few months ago. Also, our friends at UKICIS in the UK, our partner in the UK, they organized an internship program that can accommodate Indonesian students going abroad to learn outside of their major field of study. So this is, thank you very much. This includes learning with industry and leadership training. So this is the kind of activity that we hope we can have more and more such similar activity in the years to come. Furthermore, as explained by Pak Ari earlier, there's a program called Indonesia Research Collaboration Program. It is a joint research program that was first established in 2019, involving 12 or 13 Indonesian reputable universities. So this is a very productive joint research program. So starting next year, we wish to bring this program wider, more international, by having our UKICIS UK members on board starting in 2022. So please contact our office, Pak Rino in LPPM or Institute of Research and Community Services of ITB or Universitas Indonesia or other members in Indonesia. Finally, of course, we would like to congratulate and welcome with open arms Pak Ari Kuncoro dan kawan-kawan from the University of Indonesia to become the member of UKICIS, this consortium. So the more and the merrier, and of course with University Indonesia, definitely this consortium will be much stronger. Again, thank you. We are very grateful to Pak Dubes and his wonderful team, the Indonesian Embassy in London, for your long-standing support for our activities. Thank you very much. Wishing you a very great semester ahead. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Ibu Raini. Your presentation and words are truly impactful. And that showcase of the collaborative publications and events between ITB and the other members of UKICIS are truly a testament to the direct outputs that are possible from this immense partnership that we have going. So I think I speak on behalf of everybody here with saying that we're greatly looking forward to taking this further. So next I would like to introduce Professor Christine Anu, Provost of the University of Warwick. Unfortunately, she cannot be here in person, but Mas Dali will be presenting something sent to us by herself.
Honourable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished rectors, professors, colleagues, it's a pleasure to join this event to mark the entry of Universitas Indonesia into UKICIS. And to colleagues from UI, Selamat Datang. It's great to have you with us. And your presence as one of the region's leading universities will undoubtedly strengthen and enhance the range of collaborations that UKICIS has developed over the past year. Warwick is delighted to be a founder member of UKICIS. We have a long history of research and teaching collaborations with our partners in Indonesia, and particularly those members of UKICIS. Our partnerships are in areas as diverse as food crops, biomass energy, urban rehousing, women's empowerment, infrastructure monitoring, and humanitarian engineering. These collaborations are of huge importance to us because we know that if we're going to address big challenges, we need to bring together talented individuals to build solutions. And that's what UKICIS does. That's what its members do. We come together to share interests, expertise, research questions, and research opportunities. And I talk about building solutions deliberately because we know that addressing the big questions in research requires that we work for the longer term, often progressing step by step to gradually and collaboratively find answers. As research universities on a global stage, we're all involved in the generation of new knowledge. We develop and create existing knowledge, and we apply it to the search for solutions and innovations. We share some really important challenges, and the connectivity that UKICIS brings us will help us to address these challenges. Let me just say a bit more about those challenges that we face as research universities. First, we have the challenges of being both global and local, serving diverse communities in different ways. We're all based in particular locations. We're part of those places, and we have a responsibility to contribute to the regions in which we're based. We serve as engines of economic development for our localities. But we also have a responsibility to use our knowledge and our expertise to address the great global challenges. The UN's SDGs should perhaps be a particular focus of attention, as both genuinely global and also an urgent need of solutions. So while we need to think locally, we also need to think about these global challenges. And we need to remember that the local can reinforce the global, and the global can reinforce the local. We also need to recognise that we need to be open. We need to share what we know, because the more we share as universities, the greater the value and impact of the knowledge we've created. We need to remember that knowledge fundamentally is a public good. We also need to recognise that individually we can't do anything. We need to be open to collaboration. We need to make choices, but we need to be willing and able to work together. I think it's important that we remember that this is the year of COP26. We need to demonstrate our commitment to the importance of undertaking collaboration internationally, whether research or teaching, but doing so in a way that's genuinely sustainable. We need to engage with the digital. We need to show what is possible. We need to recognise the importance of talent. Big problems, global problems, require that we can work with the best people. And that means we need to come together collectively, but it also means we need to be inclusive. We need to build equality of opportunity. We need to ensure equity for staff. And we need to involve people irrespective of gender, race, disability, or sexual orientation. Because it's an inclusive research community that will be the most effective research community. And then we must also recognise that we must educate future generations, the generations who will continue the search for knowledge, the search for answers, and who will continue to ensure that we can address global challenges we face. As a community of research-oriented universities, we share these challenges and many, many others. Working together, we can share solutions. We can help to ensure that we all build to a sustainable future. I'm delighted that UI can join us in this endeavour. You're most welcome. We look forward to working with you and we look forward to continued collaborations. Thank you.
Wonderful. So unfortunately, Professor Anu couldn't be here in person, but it was wonderful that she could send her words through to us today. And so much to comment on, but really a key point in there was the connectivity that this bilateral relationship harnesses between us. It gives us the ability to bring together our best talent, to enable better education, to further the prospects of the research that we do together. And I think it's a really poignant piece that she said there. So next we have Professor Robert Makaya, Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the University of Nottingham, who unfortunately also cannot be here today, but has also sent something for us to watch. So we shall go to that now.
Good morning to colleagues here in the UK and good afternoon to those in Indonesia. It is indeed my pleasure to, on behalf of my university, the University of Nottingham, to extend a very warm welcome to our new partner, Universitas Indonesia, as you now join the UK-Indonesia Consortium for Interdisciplinary Sciences. We welcome you and are very pleased that you're joining us in this consortium. And for us at Nottingham, we are particularly pleased that you're joining us because we already have had conversations with you and we already have some ongoing collaborations. Indeed, 2 years ago, your Dean of the Law Faculty, Professor Edmund Makarim, visited Nottingham with others, during which time we had discussions about staff mobility and teaching partnerships. And since then, we have been very keen to carry those forward. UKICIS is, of course, a very inclusive grouping partnership, and so it is right that Universitas Indonesia join. Obviously, an excellent university in Indonesia that has contributed much to Indonesia, especially in the excellent graduates that it has produced over the years. So I'd like to really express my my appreciation for this this occasion to welcome Universitas Indonesia, and also just to note that over the year since UKICIS was formed, the consortium has been really very busy. There is lots of activity that has taken place, and clearly that sets the foundation for excellent collaborations going forward. And in particular, we are looking forward to the contribution that UKICIS will make to the upcoming COP26, and hopefully the way in which that effort will continue to facilitate partnerships between the UK and Indonesia, particularly as we target this ambition of achieving a net zero carbon target. And we are in Nottingham are particularly pleased that we are already starting to make contributions, particularly with respect to the development of electric vehicles. So I'm sorry that I cannot be there with you, but I do hope that you have a wonderful occasion, and hopefully we'll be able to meet even in person soon as we take forward our collaboration. So thank you very much, best wishes, and enjoy the rest of this occasion.
So Professor Makaya from the University of Nottingham, obviously an institution close to my own heart as an alumni, and just so good to hear the continued support and such welcoming words for Universitas Indonesia. Next, we have Professor Richard Dashwood, Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Research at Coventry University. Welcome, Richard. Over to you.
Right, thank you, Rebecca. His Excellency, distinguished leaders and guests, both morning and afternoon. We at Coventry are absolutely delighted to welcome University Indonesia to this groundbreaking consortium. Professor A, I've had the pleasure of visiting your beautiful campus on 2 occasions. And in fact, the last was in fact my last international trip in February 2020, just before COVID closed down international travel. And so, you know, I really am so pleased to see such a prestigious university join the consortium. You know, the key aim of this consortium has been to link universities in the United Kingdom and Indonesia to address our common research challenges through interdisciplinary science. And this is something that we've embedded in our own research strategy at Coventry, where our sort of 8 challenge-led transdisciplinary research institutes tackle such challenges as health and well-being, clean growth, future mobility, sustainability, equity and resilience, and peace and security, to name but a few. But back to Indonesia. Indonesia, over the last few years, has become a really important partner for us. And so this consortium is really critical to us because it allows us to consolidate our strategic links with Indonesia. And over that period of time, we've established a number of funded research projects with Indonesian universities, 2 of which, in collaboration with Universitas Indonesia, will be showcased this morning. So I'm really pleased to see that these projects are working and are producing outputs that we can now talk about. We've also been able to welcome many Indonesian PhD scholars to the university in recent years. And we now have a dedicated PhD scholarship program for Indonesian students, which we're committed to continuing for the foreseeable future. As part of Coventry University's strategy, we want to be seen as a world-class institution. And to do that, we have to be truly global. And that means ensuring that our staff and students are global citizens. And so we have to develop and strengthen and work hard at building these networks of international universities. And the reason being is that never more have we needed to bring international teams of researchers together to solve our common challenges. As we struggle to bring this devastating virus under control and continue the battle against global warming, we're constantly reminded these are truly global challenges that require cooperation across all nations. And we can imagine that the global socio-economic impact of these issues will be us for many years to come. And we need the talent that's contained within this consortium to help solve both these current and the future unknowns as their challenges as they come along. However, I think one of the most exciting opportunities by this consortium is the opportunity it gives our staff and students to be exposed to different cultures, different viewpoints and different approaches, which will only go to enrich our research environment, stimulate further creativity and accelerate these solutions that are so important to us. So I guess in summary, we are truly excited at Coventry to welcome University Indonesia to this consortium. And we really look forward to continue working together closely over the next few years. And I truly hope that soon that I will be able to visit Indonesia again in person and also in return be able to welcome many of you in person to Coventry. So thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Professor Dashwood. That was really great. And also noticing quite a few mentions regarding climate resilience. And I think it's such a good time to speak about this, given the COP26 conference is coming up and the UKICIS are working together because we want to achieve that net zero target that we're all speaking about so much. So some really pertinent words that you said there. So just to wrap that up, I think it's been so wonderful to hear from all the universities regarding this collaboration at UKICIS, and in particular with Coventry, Warwick and Nottingham having helped collaborate with the Indonesian Student Association the past few years to organise the Indonesian Scholars International Convention. Just this bilateral relationship, it's such a fruitful relationship as such, with reaching out to so many, and I just think it's lovely to hear everybody's words on that today. But I shall swiftly move on because I would like to now introduce Dr. Inia Ramani to moderate the Universitas Indonesia showcase of collaborative research. So over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. Also to all honorable guests. I'm mindful of time because we're going over, so I'll try to make this as effective as possible. While all of our university leaders and managers have opened the way that UKICIS has paved for deeper and more trustful and more long-lasting collaboration, pre-existing to those formal agreements, there are researchers based in UI, also UGM, ITB, IPB, who have had long collaborations with Coventry and Nottingham and Warwick. I myself am Dr. Bagus Mulyadi's collaborator with also Bu Pri Utami from UGM. We had the opportunity to research about geothermal and social analysis through the Global Challenges Research Fund in 2020. Today in this session, we'll be talking about strengthening mutually beneficial collaborations between the UK and Indonesia. And very close to all of our hearts is the fact that our problems tend to be multi-sectoral and multi-dimension, while the ways our universities are managed lean towards monodisciplinarity. So the interdisciplinarity core value of UKICIS is what both of the speakers will be talking about today. I'd like to welcome Dr. Ari Afriansyah from the Faculty of Law, Universitas Indonesia. He's part of the Illegal and Unsustainable Fishing and Fisheries Crime Research funded by the Newton Fund in 2017, and his collaborators are of Coventry University. Dr. Ari, time and place is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Inaya. Can you hear my voice? Yeah, because
yes,
here in Depok, we have a heavy rain, so I am afraid that my voice will not clearly. So please allow me to share my screen. Can you see my screen? Okay, yes. Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to colleagues in the UK and afternoon for Indonesian colleagues. Dear His Excellency, Bapak Desra Percaya, Profesor Ari Kunchoro, Profesor Panut Mulyono, Profesor Arif Satria, Profesor Reni Wirahadikusuma, Profesor Robert Mukaya, and then Professor Richard Dashwood. Dear distinguished professors and colleagues, it's very honored for me and happy for me, to see many familiar faces here, and it's very truly a privilege for me to share my experience in collaborating with our colleagues in the UK, especially our colleagues in the Coventry. As we have heard from our previous speakers, that indeed our collaboration has been very fruitful in the last few years before the pandemic came. And in here, I would like to share that, well, actually, I'm fulfilling the shoes of my late seniors, Professor Melda Kamil Ariadno, because he's the one who is leading this collaboration. Yeah, so basically the collaboration is coming from the Newton Fund, Institutional Links, or Kerjasama Luar Negeri. At that time, it was in 2017 or 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And we have this matching grant, and it was really smooth, yeah, at that time, and we can have talking to each other, and we came to the agreement that we have to look the issues of illegal fishing and coastal community is very important for Indonesia as well. So the project is basically looking at the role of the Indonesian fishing communities in the management of the marine areas. And we specifically to look at the threats to the security and livelihoods of the fishing communities from the illegal and unsustainable fishing. In order to do that, we and our partners doing a field research to a number of locations in Indonesia, mostly in south of Java. It was in Pelabuhan Ratu, and it was in Bitung, in Papua, and also in Dobo. Yeah, and this is our leaders in terms of the research. From Indonesia is from the late Professor Melda Kamil Ariadno, when she was passed away 2 years ago, and from Coventry, Professor Matt Nordman. And our findings is mostly, you can see here that, of course, the impact of illegal fishing is undeniably impacting the fishermen communities severely, and have a significant impact on the increase of fish as a result of the moratorium of ex-foreign vessels. My apology. And also, again, the fish capacity is really impacted due to the lack of fishing gears and also the bank access to prove the capacity of the fishermen. And this is our team when we went to Coventry. Maybe colleagues from Coventry knows this location. It was very wonderful. And this is where we are collaborating in the office of Coventry. It was very nice at that time. Yeah, working together with our colleagues from Coventry. And this is the output from our colleagues. Eventually, we are supposedly to co-authoring, but I'm not quite remembering why we are not included in this publication. Maybe because there's something happening at the time. I was completely forgot. And unfortunately, before this, a few months before this, Professor Melda is passed away. So as a spin-off, not only the research, but we also trying to establish a so-called dual degree program with the Coventry. But unfortunately, up until now, we are not yet fulfilling that a dream. But hopefully, maybe in the next future, we can have put this into reality. Well, as a positive sides, of course, we experience the expanding epistemic network between Indonesia and the UK. And also we successfully doing the research of the so-called the multidisciplinary work, because we involve someone from law background, sociology, criminology, and even the fisheries background. And of course, all of us exposed to the new work methods or environment, and it's enriched our capacity and also our skills in research. However, in terms of our humble notes, we do acknowledge that there's a slight maybe improvement in the communication, maybe because of all of us quite busy at the time. and especially with our Prof. Melda at that time is just appointed as a dean. And of course, some cultural differences maybe to some of our member of colleagues in terms of dealing with our colleagues from the UK. And of course, the most important thing is how can we pursue the remaining findings that we need to do in the future, because we have some findings that we need to do further research about that. And I guess that's all because of the time. My apology for my rush presentation. I hope we can have more collaboration in the future. And I do note Professor Mokaya that law faculty delegation led by our dean went to Nottingham, and me myself as a manager of international cooperation is still working on these agreements that we will finish in the near future. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Masari, for the concise presentation. I hope that marine sociology, marine communities become an increasingly prominent topic in future research collaborations between UK and Indonesia, and hopefully with UI being part of UKICIS, now we can also leverage on that cooperation and work together with our counterparts in UGM, ITB, and IPB, also from other faculties and disciplines. Now I'd like to move on to Dr. Cindy Priyadi from the Faculty of Engineering, Universitas Indonesia. She researched about circular economy research and development network for sustainable food supply chains, which was funded by the Global Challenges Research Fund 2018 in collaboration with steering committee founding member Dr. Benny Cahyono from Coventry University. To Mbak Cindy, time and place is yours.
Thank you, Mbak Ina, Pak Ari, and good morning and good evening, your yang terhormat Bapak-Bapak dan Ibu Rektors dan dari keseluruhan universitas. Ya, ini saya agak sedikit tegang karena sudah out of time dan dihadiri dengan Bapak Ibu yang banyak menjadi idola-idola saya juga. Jadi okay, so here I will present our experience with Coventry University from a different perspective, and also to one of the collaborators that I heard also collaborated with ITB, which is Prof. Benny. Hi, Prof. Benny, who is here. And this was a really great opportunity that happened for me a long time ago, because anything pre-COVID is, for me, is a long time ago. Okay, so we worked on a sustainable food supply chain, which was also approached from a multidisciplinary perspective. And also, as Pak Ari appointed, I would also like to acknowledge how this collaboration initiated. So Prof. Melda, who was then I think still the head of international office, was really a key player in driving this collaboration between UI and Coventry University, and she personally also supported me to initiate this collaboration. And so I guess it can always be seen from a supply push or demand pull perspective, but I feel that in this collaboration there's this great and extraordinary push from Prof. Melda. God bless her, who passed away, who made this all possible. So we worked on, after a few rounds of discussion, so because she introduced me to Prof. Benny, and then so we actually started from knowing each other first, and then looking on which themes could be in common between us. And we found that one of our theme that we are both researching is food waste related to SDG number 12. So that's how we started on presenting, researching this topic. And so Prof. Benny, who is here, thank you so much for your support and for all your knowledge and experience during this collaboration. I can put my picture here, it felt a bit weird. Okay. And so so this collaboration, which happened in 2018, basically focused on a few identification of food loss and waste reduction opportunity and other mostly engagement and networking between the different universities, because this was mostly a networking grant. We obtained the GCRF networking grant in 2018. So out of this experience, we found that there was out of 3 outputs, 3 networking events, as well as a conference proceeding and a policy brief. So it went really well from my perspective and also from the participants' perspective. So from the 3 networking events, 2 were in the university level, mostly involving students, but 1 was an international event from a multidisciplinary perspective. Also within UI itself, there was a representative from the Faculty of Economics, but then also from other universities and also from Coventry. Also was also represented by people with 3 researchers from different backgrounds who all came to Indonesia during the peak event, which was the Indonesian Circular Economic Forum in 2019. This event was not ours, so we organized a co-event within this larger event supported by the EU. Mostly, and a few other embassies. There was 401 participants with 46 media. So this was a really nice opportunity to get our research out in the open. And so communication worked really well between us. Prof. Benny was really responsive and gave very precious feedback during the collaboration. I think that's a key to a really mutual collaboration. And also the brainstorming process I felt was really productive. And besides our 2 institutions, we had external support from other universities. I think the way forward for a more mutual, vibrant, and continuing collaboration, we think that, as Mbak Ina has mentioned, I think it would be really interesting to not only work within the university, but also with other Indonesian universities. Here I have my old friend Pak Danang from UGM, for example, which I think would be an opportunity to work with you. And then platform for more academic collaboration. For example, I think one of the strengths of Coventry is a really high student satisfaction, and I think we can learn a lot from that by building collaboration not only in research but also in academics, such as curriculum development, or maybe on MOOC or massive online open course development together. Yeah, so back to Mbak Ina for moderating the discussion.
Thank you so much. That was those points are really spot on. And it relates very much to the next steps forward, what we can do with the involvement of our university, Universitas Indonesia in UKICIS, because by benchmarking, by sharing resources, we can also open wider spaces for younger scholars and academics, so that research excellence, research collaboration, and looking at the economy in a circular way, which means that nothing goes to waste, obviously needs an interdisciplinary approach and cooperation. And that, I think, begins with friendship, because these collaborations existed even before the MOU. And hopefully now with the MOU, it can create an institutional bridge between all of our institutions. Thank you so much for Ibu Cindy and Pak Ari. It was a real pleasure. I hope you're as healthy and well as possible. I'd like to return the floor to the MC, Rebecca. Back to you. Thank you so much for the time given. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Those were 2 wonderful presentations, and I'm sure that we will leverage more collaborative results as we go forwards now this MOU has been signed. I'd love to comment more, but they were wonderful, and given the time, I'm going to just give a final closing. So I'd like to thank everyone for attending this momentous occasion. And once again, it's been an honor to have so many esteemed guests in our midst. Another special thank you to Pak Desra and the Indonesian Embassy in London for your support. It's been fabulous to be part of UK-CIS welcoming the Universitas Indonesia. So to wrap up this event, I'd like to pass over to Dr. Bagus Moljadi, coordinator of UK-CIS, for his closing notes.
Thanks very much, Becky. Thank you very much, Bapak Ibu yang saya sangat kasihi, rectors, president, leaders from the UK and Indonesian universities, academics, and participants in the distinguished list of participants attending the event today. Again, I'm Bagus Mulyadi. I'm very proud today as a coordinator of the UK-ICIS to be having this event with you, welcoming Universitas Indonesia, one of the greatest universities in Indonesia, bearing the country's name. A little over than 1 year ago, some of Indonesian academic diaspora in the UK are trying to articulate what it means to be Indonesian diaspora academics in the UK. We think about what sort of roles that we can assume in order to strengthen Indonesian-UK relationship, but also to move the country transition from research-based to knowledge-based economy. And we think science, technology, and interdisciplinary collaboration is key. And then so we thought about joining forces and try to ask our institution to do the same and build a stronger relationship through the UK-ICIS. We think about making a no-border zone, a conceptual no-border zone where knowledge and trainings and collaboration can take place as if there is no border. We dream that in the future there will be a highway of knowledge exchange where staff and students can enjoy international teaching and learning environments. UKICIS, as Pak Desra had kindly mentioned quite in the beginning, is an inclusive organization. We in the future, in the near future in fact, will involve more institutions in the UK and Indonesia to together achieve our goals. We would like to build resilience in order to make Indonesia stronger against pandemic, climate change, and natural disasters. This cannot be done alone. This cannot be done by a single discipline. This has to be done collaboratively. In October 31st, for a duration of 1 month, Indonesian delegates will come to Glasgow to attend the COP26. We will, in due course, collaborate and then create another events where academics from both countries come together to together tackle climate change and achieve net zero target via research collaborations. These are important issues that Indonesia can now look forward together as consortium, not as individual members of academics, not even as single universities, but as consortium. I would like to congratulate again Universitas Indonesia for joining UK-ICIS. We promise as the steering committee member of the UK-ICIS to champion the interest of member universities to make all of us better. And hopefully we'll see you again in the near future. And thank you very much. Again, I'm very proud to all my colleagues, Professor Beni Cahyono, Dr. Irwanda Lauri, Dr. Rino Mukti, Dr. Berry Juliandi, Dr. Andi Arsana, and soon to be joined by Dr. Dede Juhana. Welcome. And thank you very, very much indeed. Over back to you, Becky.
Thank you very much, Bagus. Really nice closing notes there. So it's been, once again, so good to have everybody here today, and to sign this MOU really is another great achievement for the UKICIS. So I guess I can just say thank you again, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay happy, and keep posted for more wonderful collaborations in the future to come. Thank you very much, everyone.